What do you get when you cross a taco and mac and cheese? Stay tuned and find out. Hi, I'm Rhonda Fitterer.
And I'm Laverne.
And you found a recipe that we're going to be putting some mac and cheese and taco stuff together and calling it a taco bake.
Right.
But this is what you get when you cross these two things
That's
together.
Right.
So
you're going to have a great casserole.
Right. So to make this, get your pen and paper and you can go ahead and cook along with us. This is what you're going to need for your ingredients. You're going to need a 14-ounce package of mac and cheese. And I think you can pretty much use any kind. They're telling us Kraft, but
yeah,
use what you got. A pound of ground beef, a package of taco seasoning, 3/4 cups water, 3/4 cups sour cream, 1.5 cups shredded cheddar cheese, and a cup of thick and chunky salsa.
Okay. That's pretty easy, isn't it?
Yeah, those are the ingredients most people are going to have at hand.
Absolutely, and you can just see the kids loving this.
Absolutely.
And us
Big
adults
kids.
too.
Big
Big
kids.
kids too.
Big kids.
Yes, that's right.
And along with this, we're going to have a Danish apricot bar recipe for,
Right.
so those people that love apricots, this is going to be an easy one too. You're just going to need a cup of flour, teaspoon of baking powder, half cup of butter, an egg, teaspoon of milk, and 3/4 cup apricot preserves, jam, jelly,
Yeah.
right?
Right, yeah.
And for the topping, you're going to need a 1/4 cup butter, cup of sugar, an egg, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a cup of flaked coconut.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
It is.
It is.
I think I'll eat some
absolutely.
when
Yeah.
you're done.
I wouldn't bet on that one. Bet you wouldn't.
All right, let's
Okay.
get started. Where do you
All
want to
right.
start?
Well, we're going to make the Danish apricot bars. Get
Okay.
them in the oven.
Okay.
And stuff. And I got the oven on at 350, so that's where we're going to start. But you know, to kind of move things along, I've got the water boiling, and we're going to put the macaroni in there and
Okay.
get that cooking. And I'm going to just put the hamburger on just pretty low, just to start getting that warmed up. So when we have that all mixed and ready to go, it won't take very long. So
Okay.
we're going to, like I said, you know, 14-ounce package of macaroni and cheese. Have your water boiling,
Okay.
and we're going to put that in there. And you know, when you're the directions on there say 8 to 10 minutes, because we're going to put this in the oven and bake it. Definitely just go like the 8 minutes. Don't
Okay.
do 10 minutes. You do want them a little bit firm. So I'm going to put the timer on just for 8 minutes. So while we're mixing this, it'll remind us to come over and check that. We're going to come over here and we're going to start our apricot Danish bars.
Okay.
And we're going to start with 1/2 cup of butter,
All right.
and that's a stick.
Okay.
So we're going to get that. We're going to just get this recipe out here, you know, so we make sure that that's all right. And we're going to put in a cup of flour
Okay.
and a teaspoon of baking powder. And this one is baking powder, not baking soda.
Okay.
And that. And I'm going to just start mixing that just a little bit to get the butter and the flour kind of blended a little bit.
Okay.
And we're going to use 1 egg
All right.
and a tablespoon of milk. And then we're just going to get that blended up here well. And I'll have you spray our pan here.
Okay.
And this, it says a 9x9 pan or something equivalent to that or whatever. So we want to just get that mixed well. And then we'll just kind of pat that in there, and then we're going to put the apricot preserves in there, and then we're going to make the topping, and we're going to put the topping on top of that.
All right. Top it with the topping.
Yeah, that's okay. That is mixed well here. So got that sprayed. I'm going to just clean off the mixture here. We got lots of good batter on the beater here that we don't want to go to waste.
And then nothing works better than the fingers.
Oh, it is. Nothing. All right. Although I probably was almost born with a spatula in my hand.
I would think so.
we'll get
Some
that
people
in
are born with silver spoons in their mouths. Some people are born with spatulas in their hands.
Right, that's okay. And the batter here is fairly stiff. You know, it's not a runny batter at all.
Okay. And it looks kind of sticky too.
A little bit there. So we're going to just take that and kind of pat that over here and just mix it, or, you know, to spread it out.
Go ahead, just use your fingers.
Yeah, that's going to work the best. And if you need to, you can certainly just put a little butter on your hand. But now I don't have anything on my hand, and it's spreading pretty nicely without sticking
Okay.
too much here. And then we bake this for like about 25 minutes. I believe the recipe, you know, does this 25 to 30 minutes. So we'll put it on 25 and check to make sure that we don't want to over bake it.
Correct. All right.
Okay. So now we're going to just take our apricot preserves here. And I guess this says preserves, so whether it's jelly or jam or whatever. Okay, that's the buzzer for our macaroni.
Okay.
So let's take that off the burner here. I'll get that stopped. And we're going to just drain that. So we'll get that drained. Like I said, we cooked those 8 minutes.
Okay.
Because you didn't want them too soft, you know, you want them a little bit firm. So I'm going to put them in my colander here.
And especially when you bake something like that, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah. So we'll just set that aside and let that drain, and we'll finish this up here. You know, and it says around 3/4 cup of apricot preserves. It's something, again, I certainly don't have to measure exact, because a little extra filling on there would be good.
Okay, so what is the difference between jelly and preserves? Is there a difference? Is it just the name?
More the name than anything.
Are there
you know,
actually like
'cause,
chunks of fruit more
yeah.
in preserves maybe?
You know, not necessarily. I guess it's going to be what you do when you're making jelly and you cook it up. If you cook it longer and blend it so it all cooks up. But if you didn't have any chunks, especially with apricots, you'd almost have to strain it. And certainly you don't want to waste anything.
Okay.
So, nope, I'm just going to put a dab more here to make sure we have all that. There, so, okay, we'll set that aside. Now we're going to go back here and we're going to go to our mixture here. You know, I'm not even going to, I don't think we need to even wash that bowl. That's not necessary. Put that little dab there. And I'm going to put a cup of sugar in here and 1/4 cup of butter.
Okay.
And that's what we're going to start with here. And we're going to just cream that.
So it's almost like going to be like a streusel topping almost. Is
Yes.
that the basis, okay?
Right, because we're going to put some coconut in on this too. That's going to be really good.
Perfect.
So we have coconut here, and we'll wait till we put the coconut in at the end. We're going to put in a teaspoon of vanilla.
Okay. So we're going to blend the coconut in with the sugar and the butter.
Right.
It's not just a topping.
Right, we're going
Okay.
to mix it in with that. So, and we need 1 egg. I did have another egg here,
Right
did I?
behind.
Right behind here. Okay. All right, so,
Sneaky egg.
yeah, okay. So we're going to put that in there, and let's just mix that really well before we put the coconut in.
Okay.
And we're going to blend this good, but when I put the coconut in, I'm going to just stir that in with like a spatula or something,
Okay.
rather than,
Fold it in.
yeah, fold it in, not mixing it with the mixer. So, look at that. And it is not a runny consistency again. It's has a little bit of a, you know, like it's not going to be a real streusel to work, but it isn't like a runny batter. We can be, you know, we're going to be able to spread that on there.
Okay.
So we're going to take that cup of coconut and just fold that in there.
And it's, I mean, it doesn't take, there's not a lot of ingredients in here either. It's going to bake too long. I mean, this is something you can whip up pretty fast if.
It's a very easy
unexpected
recipe,
company.
but really good. Very, very, very good. Okay, so as you can see there, we have that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a little bit of batter, kind of spread it out a little bit, so when I put it over the preserves, we're not, it's going to be easier to spread.
Yep. Oh. Look like you've done this a time or two, Mom.
Oh, probably.
Wield a mean spatula.
Yeah. Okay. So I just, just use your fingers, spread that evenly out over the top of the preserves. And that's gonna.
I know I always ask this question, but there wouldn't be any reason why you couldn't do like strawberry or blueberry or anything like that too when you're going to be putting in different
Absolutely.
jams or preserves, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Peach, any of that would be just, it's just called Danish apricot bars, but you can surely make them a Danish peach or a strawberry or anything like that.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got that pretty well just spread evenly. So I'll just wet my hands off here, and so we're going to put it in the oven, and like I said, it says 25 to 30 minutes, so we're going to start it at 25.
Okay.
And a glass pan does make a little bit more difference than if you had a metal pan.
Okay.
Okay. So we got that on there. Now we're going to come here and we're going to cook up our hamburger.
And this is going to be our taco noodle.
Taco bake, yeah.
Taco
Casserole,
bake.
yeah.
Tacos and noodles.
And it's kind of neat. So you're mixing two of most people's favorite is mac and cheese and tacos.
Yeah.
And just putting it in a casserole to bake. That's, really going to be a crowd pleaser, I'm sure. And again, something that's easy to whip up. It's not going to take very long. And because all the ingredients are going to be hot, we're going to, you only bake it at 15 minutes, and then we take it out and we finish putting our cheese on it and stuff, and we're going to put it back in. And also we're going to put on salsa on top of that too, to bake it that last 5 minutes or so. So we got that kind of finished up. So while that's cooking here, I'm going to just put my macaroni back in my kettle, and we're going to squeeze the cheese sauce in there.
All right.
Okay. So you see here, but we're also still going to use some shredded cheese in here in the recipe too, not only what we're putting in the macaronis here.
And I know that you're using like the actual cheese packet there. And did the recipe call for that? I mean, because there's so many different kinds of mac and cheese out there. You can even make your own.
Absolutely. You'd take, I would say, about a cup and a half of macaronis, and even using Velveeta cheese. That would melt very well in there, and add just a little bit of milk in with the Velveeta when you're melting it.
Okay.
And there's really no reason that you can't. So we're going to mix this up. And the cheesier the better, isn't it?
Usually that is the case.
Yeah. So we're going to get this blended, and then we're going to mix the sour cream into our noodles here.
Okay.
Into our macaronis. And I got 3/4 cup of sour cream. So we're going to add that in there. And what would be nice too is mix this up, prior. If you need to mix up the night before, or it doesn't take very long. You could put this together in your lunch hour and have it ready to pop in the oven when you get home. You probably would want to allow a little bit longer bake time if you're not doing it when it's all hot, and stuff. So just to remember that. But it doesn't take long to put it together, so you could whip it up in no time. So what we're going to do, the hamburger is already browned here, and we're putting in a packet of taco seasoning.
Okay.
And with me, I always have mine in bulk, so I just have the equivalent of a pack of seasoning here.
Okay.
And that would be about 3 tablespoons.
Okay.
So we're going to do that, and now we're going to put 3/4 cup of water in it.
This is an interesting dish.
Yeah.
Jamming a couple of favorite foods together, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
I can't wait to taste this one.
Yeah, you're gonna, and I think all the kids, the grandkids, would love something like this. They're all like tacos, and of course mac and cheese is always one of their favorites. But yet, you can get tired of just plain mac and cheese. Yeah. This is just spicing it up and doing something different. So I just want to get that water just a little bit more here. And then what we're going to do, we're going to put this in a casserole.
Okay.
And to bake that, we're going to put half of the macaroni in the bottom, and then we're going to top it with our meat mixture and put some cheese in it, and then we're going to finish it up with the rest of the macaroni and cheese.
Okay, so we're almost layering it like a lasagna type as well.
Yeah, we are going to layer it. So we're just there, come over here, and I've got casserole here that we're going to use. And I'm going to just lightly spray it, just because of the cheese on the macaroni there. So like I said, put about half of that in there.
Okay.
And then we'll go back over and get our hamburger. And that looks like that's all mixed in there well, so we're going to just pour that on top.
So we're putting all the meat mixture.
Yes.
We're not, okay, just one layer. Okay.
Just one layer. We don't put, like I said, 2 layers with that. You put all the hamburger in at once, and then you're going to just top it with the macaroni there.
Okay.
So we'll put that. And then we have a package of our shredded cheese, cheddar cheese.
All right.
And it says
There we go.
1.5 cups. We're only going to put like a cup on here right now.
Okay.
Because the other half a cup we're going to put on when we put the last of the salsa, when we put
Right.
the salsa in and the cheese. So that's just, there we go.
Smelling awesome so far.
Smell good. There. And now let's just finish putting this here. And we have lots of cheese sauce in here we don't want to waste.
So I'm thinking that somebody came up with this when one child wanted tacos, one child wanted mac and cheese, and they got combined on a plate, and it didn't taste half bad.
Right, you got your casserole. Yes.
Because I must not be that inventive of a cook, because I don't know that I could have come up with something like this.
Well, a lot of great stuff has come up by accident. That's for sure. So, and it makes a nice amount. You know, you have a hearty supper here or a lunch or whatever. And when we put it in the oven to bake it for the 15 minutes, we're going to cover it.
Okay.
To start with. So, and you know, the time bake is going to work well with the 350 degrees that our Danish apricot bars are in there. So
Okay.
we'll just put that in there. And get that, and I do just need to move this a little bit over to the side here. Okay.
All right.
And you know, our timer is for 17 minutes left on the Danish bars. That's going to probably be about just perfect.
Perfect.
So we will be back here shortly.
Sounds great.
Okay, well, the buzzer is going off, and let's check our apricot Danish at the 25 minutes. I had just taken a peek before. We might want to do, okay, just
a little bit longer. The ends look a little bit done.
yeah. Let's just go that extra 5 minutes.
Okay.
And it's starting to brown on the bottom, so that's looking good. So we're going to put that back in there, but we can take out our casserole here.
All right.
And let's just put 5 more minutes on the bars.
All right.
And we're going to come over here. Take that off. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a cup of salsa.
All right.
So we're going to just, and you want it kind of the thick and chunky salsa here. So we're going to just put that on top here.
Perfect.
Yeah. Doesn't that look good? So we're going to
Smells
just
pretty good.
Yeah. Very. Those are very, very, you know, flavorful smells that you know
Absolutely.
we can get. So now we're going to sprinkle the rest of the cheese on there. And then we're going to pop it back in the oven for at least 5 minutes until the cheese starts to melt and the salsa is hot. So,
Okay, about the same time the bars are done.
yeah, absolutely here. So spread that out and we get it all out. Okay.
I think we did.
Okay.
If you got more cheese, you can add it.
Absolutely don't. But now we're going to put it back in the oven without covering it up.
Okay.
This time. So I will put my mitts on and we'll put it back in the oven. And have that going. And there's 4 minutes left. We'll take out the bars and that, and then we'll take out the casserole and see how everything's going.
Perfect.
So we'll meet back here in 5 minutes.
Sounds great.
Okay. Okay, the buzzer went off, and we're going to take out our taco casserole.
Okay.
Oh.
Just to let our viewers know,
No.
the buzzer went off just about 2 minutes ago, and we took out our bars as well.
We did take those out just to get them and have them set and cool just a little bit, but here's that taco
That
casserole.
just looks awesome.
Doesn't that look good? All right. Well, we're going to be able to dish this up, and the bars are just cooling a little bit. We'll still cut those, and we'll just to show the viewers what that looks like there. So we're going to take out a nice helping of this mac and cheese, and you know, with that taco sauce on top of it and everything. Oh, you know, I think what would really be pretty good, because it is a taco bake, you know, to even have a little bit of a lettuce salad with this. I think that would be
Absolutely.
be nice for that. So we'll put that down, and let's just cut a little bit of a bar here of our Danish bars. And like I said, this is still very, very hot. So we're gonna, whoop. Well,
It slips out pretty easy too, so we can take out another bar.
you know, I think that'll really taste just really pretty darn good anyway, won't it? But let's just
We'll take upside down bars too. I'm not finicky, Mom.
Right, okay. And like I said, it's pretty soft yet. We should probably, you know, when you're making them, you want to have that cool for
Cool a bit longer.
a little bit longer, right, and stuff. So
This
here-
is like the perfect, like, have ice cream with this.
oh, wouldn't that be good? Especially
Almost
when
like a
you just
pie
yeah.
thing for me.
We can call it upside down Danish apricot bars.
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Well, I think our viewers will enjoy, you know, we do goof up a little bit once in a while.
Just once in a while, not very often. To get these recipes, just go to Consolidated's website, www.ctctel.com. And always thank you to the workshop for being our sponsor. Thanks, Mom, for cooking these wonderful dishes for us, and thanks for tuning in. Have a great evening.